Nowadays, they always say we should use cloud. So actually, what is this cloud? Because we are always told that we should move from premises and move to cloud. And we can see that cloud is nowadays a fancy word. But actually, what is cloud? So today, we'll be discussing the cloud computing. So just for a bit of a weight. So this video actually is not for people with uh, more IT knowledge, or I think is for people who are just curious, who want to know what is cloud computing and the word cloud computing, what they are referring to. But I think if you are also an IT, you will get something out of it. But like I said, nowadays they always say cloud computing. What is it actually? So let's continue to unpack it further. So previously, even nowadays, it's still happening. Other companies are storing their data on on premises where they you'll find servers in the company, like in the building, for example, on their main offices. Somewhere else where you'll see a lot of cables, maintenance, and so on. So it's where actually companies have been operating before. Many companies have been operating like this, where they maintain uh, their infrastructure, their network, and so forth. But nowadays, we hear the word cloud many times, and it's dominating a lot. Like if you use data on premises or you're not using cloud, you will feel like you are behind. So yeah, let's continue. So, but what is actually a cloud? Some people they think when they say we should move to cloud, some they think cloud is something like a cloud, like everything will be stored at the cloud up there. Something, but basically this is not the case. When they refer to cloud, they refer to is a physical place right here on earth, not necessarily at the top, at the cloud upwards. So if you're not aware, you should be aware that when they say cloud, you should move to cloud. Nothing on the cloud, but all the data is right there at the on earth, where there are something called data centers. So for example, Amazon, which is called AWS, and Microsoft, they have those data centers. They have many data centers all around the world where they store data. So yeah, basically I just wanted to bring that idea that before, the companies were storing data on premises, where the data is stored within the company building, where they maintain servers themselves, they maintain the network, the connection, and so forth. But now, since we are companies that have team that is dedicated on maintaining those things, such as AWS and Microsoft, they offer the services as well. So you just need to move to, when they say you need to move to cloud, they offer those services where you don't need to maintain the hardware within your building. So yeah, basically that's the difference. The cloud is not like all the data is stored at the top there on the cloud or anywhere. Rather, the data is stored on right here on earth. They have different data centers all around the world. So yeah, basically what is cloud computing? We have three type of cloud computing. So the first one, which is infrastructure as a service, second one, platform as a service, third one, software as a service. I think the infrastructure is self-explanatory. You can see it's just the infrastructure that that companies maintain, such as the hardware, And actually, the dedicated companies that provide the cloud services, they maintain the hardware, and yeah, they maintain the hardware and upgrade the hardware and so forth. So that's the infrastructure. Basically, the infrastructure is more on the hardware side, where the data is stored inside the hard drives. Platform is more like they provide you with a platform where you can do your, for example, let's say developers, you can do your development. You can use that services to do the development and do the connection, because they provide you with the services to achieve something better. You don't need to worry about how the software, the platform has been built. So the platform is where a lot of things run on top. Yeah. And then software as a service is a software. They provide you with a software, for example, um, such as email, and yeah, like a software that you want to use if you want to connect via, you want to use email as one of the services. They provide you with that one. I mean, the services that you want to use, such as APIs, that if you want to connect to a certain, for example, a certain APIs, it's just the services that are already available for you. You just consume them. You don't need to understand how they work in the background. You just connect with them, and then you get the required output you are looking for. So now, the benefits of a cloud computing, of course, mobility. Mobility is one of them, um, because if you are actually, the mobility one is very is also important, because you don't need to worry about the network connection. You can, as long you got a network connection, then you will be able to connect, to that provider. If you're using AWS or using Microsoft, or either way, you'll be able to use the services that you want to use. But the only thing that you only need internet connection. Whereas before companies move to cloud, sometimes they need to be within the company network and so forth. I know there might be some rules and so on regarding the connection, but for mobility, when you use a cloud, things become much more simpler. And another one is scalability. So of course, if a company is having those servers in the premises, it's hard to do the maintenance. And also, if they want to upgrade, there's a lot of cost that comes into play as well. So, but if you are using services such as Microsoft Cloud Computing or AWS Cloud Computing, they do that hard work for you. You don't need to worry about maintenance. If you want to scale more, you need a bigger space or more services, you just pay, and then they give you what you want within a very short period of time. And also, it also play a role in terms of reducing the expenditure, because you pay what you use. So the more you use their services, the more you pay. The less you use the services, the less you pay. And also, you don't need to worry about the security. So security, they take care of all security related things. Just imagine if you were using on premises, and then you don't have a sophisticated security behind, and then, but now if you're using the services from cloud computing, you forget about the security. And also, they do have API access that you can use out of the box. So yeah, there are a lot of benefits that you can use, um, or that you can consume when you are using a cloud computing. So I think now is much more clear what is a cloud actually. Again, it's not necessarily like the data is up there on the cloud. Rather, those companies that provide the cloud computing services, such as Microsoft and AWS, they have a data centers where they place the servers throughout in many countries, like in the world, where you can give you that services. So yeah, I think those who didn't know that, now they know. So this is the knowledge that I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching. Next time.